I'm still waiting for my plastic to show up in the mail, and I'm like, you know what? I got this Beastman still to open, so I figured, what the heck? I might as well open this Beastman, and I still have the cool Skeletor to open, but that's gonna wait until I can do a really full, exhaustive, cool video on everything Skeletor. So he has to wait. But in the meanwhile, let's just rip open this Beastman and check him out and compare him to other Beastmen in the Masterverse line. So, without further ado, let's have some fun and check out this Beastman. Beastman! Now, I don't know if you guys know my story of Beastman or not, but when I first saw Beastman in the package, I thought he was supposed to be a clown, the 80s version, and I did not want him. I had no interest in Beastman whatsoever. And then I started watching the cartoon and the comics and everything else. I'm like, Beastman, he's pretty cool. And so I slowly became a Beastman fan over time, but it wasn't at first one of my favorites. And part of it had to do with all the white and blue on his face. I thought it was supposed to be like clown makeup. I didn't realize that it was supposed to be like ape-like features. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. Now, you take a look, and the box art on this is amazing. Look at that. Look at that face. That face. That wonderful face. Now, I wish his lips were blue instead of purple, but hey, what the heck. This is Eternia. Anything goes, right? So let's rip this guy open and see what they included. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, Mattel, make her now. We gotta have a female beast woman. Of course there's gotta be beast women. I mean, how could you have a tribe of beast-like creatures without any women in there? Oh, you gotta do it, Mattel. Stop teasing us with these pictures on the box and just do it. I want Hungy the Harpy, and I want the beast woman now. As you guys know, with Masterverse, I'm not a fan of a lot of their stuff. There are a few things I'm a fan of, and the female figures is one of the things I'm a fan of. They did a really good job on a lot of the females. So I have a whole box dedicated to female figures from Masterverse. And then I have a whole box dedicated to the monsters of the universe. And those are the oversized figures, which work out good for being monster-type creatures. Which Beastman usually falls into that. So let's pull out the Cracker Jack prize. What? There's no Cracker Jack box in there, just a whip. A whip. And it is pretty violent looking whip. Holy cow. Look at how long this thing is. And it is deadly. Never seen such a deadly whip like that. I mean, this could really inflict some pain on some kids. Kitties, don't hit each other with this. You can put an eye out. Wha-ching! I mean, it's like when your older brother makes a towel and twist the end to it's super sharp so it can go whap and nail somebody. That is just crazy. Oh, he's got a second weapon too. Oh, he's got a mace. Let me check out this mace here. Now that's pretty cool too. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. All right. So let's go ahead and keep pulling them out of here. Where are my scissors? Now, I was not planning on getting this Beastman. I got him because I was buying other figures at the time. And so I figured, what the heck? Might as well pick him up. Because before I jump too far into taking this figure out, I want to talk about this Beastman here, which is one of my favorite Beastmen ever made. I love the 2000X Beastman. It's not enough articulation. And what's cool with this Beastman is, one, he's huge. Oh, he's big. He's the Brutus of figures. In fact, next to He-Man, oh, he's not that tall, but next to Classics He-Man, he is a brute of a man. I mean, this is the Beastman we want for our classics. He is just awesome. Now, two things that I did not like about this Beastman. One is his chest is not the right color. They made it brown instead of red. See the slight color difference? Actually, you know what? The brown's wearing off a little bit. It doesn't look quite as bad as it used to. And then the second thing is how much space is around the shoulders. So they got a lot of space around those shoulders. But when I made my custom Beastman, I put an orange wash on him, And having that extra space is nice because now it won't scratch the paint off. Do, 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 do. In fact, you can see here's my custom one to look more 2000X-ish. I have to tighten that joint up. That's not good. The weight from that club is pulling them over. Anyway, so you can see, painted him orange, gave him some new wrist cuffs, gave him a new loincloth, painted his armor to look like 2000X, and his shoulder pads and his leg pads. So there's my 2000X version made from him, and I just love this guy. He's like, I mean, I've made lots of Beastmen. For those who've been following me around for a while, you've seen all the different Beastmen I've made, from using Bigfoot figures to two different types of Bigfoot figures. The one from Marvel Legends and the one from Creature Replica. I've used both Bigfoots to make, but this is the best figure ever to make your custom out of, and he is actually Beastman. So, da-da-da! Like I said, my favorite Beastman, but that might be changing today. Let's take a look at this new one now that I've gone on and on and on and on and on. Now, at first glance, you can see this Beastman is definitely based on the Lords of Power version Beastman. You can tell that by the armor, the way it's made, and it is kind of fun the way they made these arm bands on there. And these are removable too. Look at that. So they're not glued on like the other one was, which I do like those armbands. But I'm not really a fan of the Lords of Power, believe it or not, Beastman. The 2000X one looks rad. Thanks, Louis. I appreciate it. Hello from Mars. Hey, Rickster. Hey, welcome from India. Hey, welcome from Canada, Marty, Mary. Hey, Cometeer. Still from the pool? Yo, make sure you swap the chest armor from the oversized Beastman and put the Beastman 2.0. Gives a more Filmation aesthetic. And Luke, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is what I'm planning on doing, is actually doing some swapping here and making the ultimate Beastman. Now, one thing that's cool about this Beastman is his mouth is articulated, so you can do the old growl. But I actually do not like the paint job they did on the face. That face. Let's go ahead and break down articulation. We have ankle joint, boot cut where there's no boot, double jointed knee. Then we have a hip movement up here, thigh cut, hip movement, and then the waist turns, and he has a ab crunch in the middle, and then shoulder movement, bicep cut, double jointed elbows. His wrist goes back and forth on this side and back and forth on this side. Head movement, not very much, and mouth movement too, which is always fun to have that mouth movement. So there we go. All right, so let's see what we can do. First of all, I like the original loincloth. That's cool. Not a fan of the armor. That's got to go. I do like these. That's cool, but it's not for my Beastman. They are cool. I'm going to use them somewhere else for some custom somewhere. Just not on him. Sorry, man. You lose the cool. So, there we go. I should have brought some hot water into me, because I knew I was going to be doing some massive changes. Now, they do have a better job on the part up here where it's nice and tight, but the body itself is smaller than this Beastman. He's the same height, but you can see bulkiness. He is not as big and bulky as this Beastman here. So let's see if we can get these parts off. I'm probably going to have to use hot water later if I can't do it. Hooray! One potato. Oh, they just connect. Psh. Really? That's funny. Okay, Let's disconnect this pup. Ugh, maybe. You know what? I'm just sliding it off. I can't disconnect it. It is stuck on there. Stuck on you. Urgh. Come on down. You're the next contestant on. Give up your armor to the new guy. Hey. Nope. Looks like it's undone now. I'll just redo it since the other arm's smaller. And let's see. Big one goes up. Yep. Now, the original Beastman had small little cuffs, not these big giant ones. So, I got some just chilling over here, waiting to be used for somebody. And they match his belt nicely. These are more reminiscent of the original cuffs. Now, I don't know whose these were. Oh, man. Oh, man. There it is. Again, should have brought the hot water. Hot water. Come on, fit. I think they were King Grayskulls. I'm not sure who I stole these from. Yeah, I definitely should have brought the hot water in. I'm stretching those pretty far. See, that's more Beastman like this, the small ones. In the original toy, it's actually even smaller than that. All right, now for the leg armor. Beastman should smell like wet dog. That is hilarious. Do you imagine that if they were to make him smell like a wet dog, like Stinkor smells like patchouli oil, to get a scent that smells like wet dog? That'd be hilarious. Hilarious. Valerius. All right. Line that on up there. Oh, he's got to go the full distance. He's got a little bit smaller calf than the other guy. Almost there. Not Viking He-Man either. Are they Randors? You know what? They are Randors. Good call. That's right. I stripped my Randor from all his cool parts. Yes. I have a Bear Randor missing his cuffs and some other pieces. He's going to be going up for sale here pretty soon. See? That's why it's good to take the parts you want before you sell the figure. All those little extra cuffs and little armor pieces that... And if you bought the figure and you're going to lose money selling them anyway, you might as well at least get some good parts out of it, right? For good customs. Mike's like, yeah, but I always buy your stuff, Todd. And I don't get the parts. Huh. Okay, that's looking better. If I can just get that leg armor to stay on there better. I have to figure something out for that. Okay, now we need the upper armor. Oh. Again, he's much smaller torso. Fit. Stay. There we go. I don't know. What do you guys think? Better or not better? You know, if they just would have gave us an orange body for this guy, it would have been fine. You know? Which is why I had to paint mine orange. And now with that armor on, it's pushing his chin up I guess you can still open his mouth. It's like he has an underbite though, and his mouth's too far open. Ugh. So, do I like him better? Yes. But do I like him better than him with the armor on? That's the question. And I do like the loincloth better. And I do like the lack of brown wash better. But other than that, not so much. I like the small wrist cuffs on him though. No way! Luke says we're getting an oversized Moss Man with the old Beastman body sometime this year. Hopefully it's Flock. Dude, Luke, that is some great news. I just put Beastman, or Moss Man, into my Monsters collection for the Monsters of the Universe. But you know, if you saw these two Beastmen going head to head, which would you bet money on? Right? I think I'd bet money on this one. This one is going to totally clobber the other one and leave him just wondering what the heck happened to him. Oh! Oh. Yep. So, my favorite one is, of course, my custom. Sorry, you guys. It is cool. I love it. I use it with my classics all the time now. And all this armor is going back on him because I like this one better. So there we go. 2000X any day. Yes. Not Viking He-Man either. Too light for King Grayskull. Yes, good point. This Beastman cut the carbs and added some isoprotein to his diet for that lean liking. That's funny. Nice. Can that new head fit on the old body? Oh yeah, I'm sure it can. There we go. Color doesn't quite match, but it does fit. It actually matches a little closer to my custom one over here, but I don't like the new head, so I'm not going to stick it on there. So there you go. Now, if you want to know how I painted mine, I first washed off all the brown and then just did a really light wash with an orange paint and then totally sealed it with lots and lots and lots and lots of sealer. There's still some brown on there. I didn't wash it completely off, mostly on the chest. And I think I might have added a slight brown wash afterwards just so it looked congruent across the whole figure. But it's time to put it back. We had our fun, but Beastman's not liking seeing his stuff given to his younger brother. You gotta act this out. Dude! Give me back my armor! Mom said I could use it. Oh! Oh! Does it fit over his head? Nope. I always hate having to take your head off when you have to put clothes on. That's just the worst. So this Beastman's almost perfect, except for the wrist cuffs aren't right. This is brown, and this is too much gap. So they did fix that with making this all orange. A little wash would have been cool though, but not needed. And they fixed the gap here, and I like the loincloth better on this one. But I do like the larger body on our giant Beastman here. He's more monster-like. And if he's going to fit into my Monsters of the Universe collection, he has got to be monstrous. And I like the shoulder pad piece to be on the bicep. Not up here, but on the bicep. That's where it's supposed to go. So, because it doesn't fit on his bicep, it's too weeny. It just falls off. We gotta have it on this guy. There we go. On the bicep. These are cool, though. They're cool for a barbarian figure. Uh-oh, no, I don't know. Right from my left. I think that's an L on there. Oh, yeah, it's still on the right foot, so yeah. Let's put this on here. Besides that, it's fun to keep this guy in original stock so I can show the comparison of how I've customized him. I like doing that, keeping an original one just to show off the customization so you can really see the difference. I know, it drives my wife crazy. It's like I just bought another movie Evil Lynn just so I can show people the difference in the paint scheme. And I'll make a video of the difference soon on that. So what'd you do on your day off today? Oh, I watched some guy dress some doll. He dressed his furry orange doll. Oh, that sounds like fun. Of course, Mike's going to a barbecue, so that's cool. Somebody else is in a pool. I'm getting ready to head to a friend's house soon. Play some games. All right. I don't know what I'm doing with him. He's probably going to end up on the chopping block, but I'm going to keep the king's cuffs for the next person. They do look good on him, though. They do match nicely. That's funny. I might just make him a random Beastman guy in the woods. Armorless. I might put the shoulder pads back on him, and that's it. The shoulder pads are cool. Let's see. Is that an L? That's an R. I like this one has two straps on it. I think that's really cool looking. Ho! There we go. That's how he's gonna stay. Monkey Man! Monkey Man! Da 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 da. You know, he'd make a good custom for I forget that guy's name, but he's the ancestor of Beastman. Beastman escaped the Isle of Dr. Moreau. Yes. Wait until they release the Beast Woman and add all three of them to your Monsters of the Universe shelf. That would be cool. They're going for more realism with the newer Masterverse figures, I've noticed. Yes, I noticed that too. All right, well, you guys, thanks for joining me. I think I'm done. I should get my black plastic soon so I can try out my heads one more time. Whoop, whoop. So I will be printing one of those, and then if they all works good, I'll be making the glow-in-the-dark version. And like they say in the 1987 movie, good journey. Oh. Oh. I guess it works better to zoom in instead of putting them close to the camera. All right, you guys. Till next video. Good journey. Bye now.